Apes. First off, I just want to say sorry for the lack of videos the past couple days. My phone was not really working all that well, so I had to take care of that, so that stopped me from making a lot of my videos. But now I'm back. I've got The Walking Dead from last week to make up, and I also have The Walking Dead, of course, tonight to make up for. But right now, I'm here for Planet of the Apes. So, new trailer dropped for War of the Planet of the Apes, the third Planet of the Apes in the reboot series after Dawn and third after Rise. And I have to say, the trailer is actually looking pretty awesome. But just a little prediction on what I think is going to happen. We know that Caesar is going to war, a war that he didn't want to actually go to, and that was definitely prevalent in Dawn going forward. But now he's forced into this war that he has to fight, and he has to risk a lot of his soldiers to go up against these different humans. Now, personally, I have my own theory worked out that the Colonel, if anyone remembers back in the original Rise of the Planet of the Apes, there was this news broadcast of this astronaut shuttle taking off. And in that astronaut broadcast, there was this ship called the Icarus. And if anyone knows anything about the original Planet of the Apes, the original ship where the astronauts came in the very first movie, their ship was also called the Icarus. Very similar premise. It really meant nothing at the time of Rise because it was just a way to set up for future sequels. So, my whole theory is that the Colonel, that's played by Woody Harrelson in War of the Planet of the Apes, is likely the son, or no, not the son, the father of that astronaut. And he would likely blame the apes for his son not returning home, or something like that. Maybe he just has a beef with the apes, but it's likely, I think it's his son would be the astronaut that went off into space. And then it would connect that whole idea back to the very, very first original Planet of the Apes of, Colonel Taylor. Because in the original Planet of the Apes, there was a character called Colonel Taylor, who was George Taylor, who was the astronaut that went to the future Earth back in the original Planet of the Apes. I think that's where they might go with the Colonel. I mean, they could go somewhere else with him, but I mean, he just seems like an overall very interesting character. He seems like a real match for Caesar, and it's going to be a real grudge match to see who's going to win this, apes or humans. It's likely going to be apes because, Planet of the Apes, so. But it seems like they're going well with that character. Other than that, there doesn't really seem to be all that much ape conflict. I mean, within the whole ape group, I mean, everyone seems to be with Caesar with whatever he has since he's eliminated the rogues under Koba from the last movie. But really, it just seems like a human versus ape drawn conflict. And Caesar is going to be drawn into it because, of course, he doesn't want to, but it just seems like it's going to be his time to really prove himself as a leader and how he's going to protect his people. I mean, you saw in that trailer soldiers storming into Caesar's home and blowing up that wooden dam that they have there, and the Colonel in all camo, which I think looks a little bit like something out of Predator, just going in and shooting up everything, and Caesar going in full speed and attacking him. But it seems like a really interesting thought on how they're playing things out. And I believe they've already greenlit a fourth Planet of the Apes, which I'm not surprised. I'm no doubt that this movie is definitely going to do good and maybe even outdo Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, which I'm hoping it does. But likely what they could do after War of the Planet of the Apes is maybe not right away, but slowly get into that feel of where Planet of the Apes was back in the original day, where, the whole society of apes has formed and now they're starting to take on human jobs, maybe even get into like human made positions like, psychologists, doctors, lawyers, different things like that. The only problem why they haven't done that already is because, that whole idea back in the original Planet of the Apes of just apes in, different suits and different jobs is just really freaky now to watch. But, I mean, it seems like that's the likely way that they could go about it. But until I see war and until war does what it needs to do, I mean, will Caesar die in war? I mean, it's possible. I mean, Andy Serkis could always do what Roddy McDowall did in the original series. He could play Caesar and then come back as another ape, and that ape could lead another revolution on into the future. So, I mean, not really sure. But we'll see what happens. But let me know what you guys think about War of the Planet of the Apes, and of course, what is your favorite Planet of the Apes movie? Make sure to hit the like button and look out for my 2 Walking Dead reviews that I'm going to be doing today. The first one, obviously, for last week because I had to make up for it, and the second one for the hopefully unpredictable mid-season finale. And also, definitely look out for this coming week for Rogue One, obviously. Going to do a lot of Star Wars videos. Of course, I'm going to have my big Rogue One review video. Then I'm going to probably be reviewing the prequels in the original trilogy and Force Awakens, just because I haven't really reviewed them on my channel before, and I wanted to get those reviews out to everyone just to get a feel of my own personal opinion of the Star Wars saga getting into Rogue One. So I hope everyone has a great day today. Like I said, check out for my Walking Dead videos and of course my Star Wars videos throughout the week. And I will see you guys in the next video. Adios.